to the viewers or listeners, you're not really viewing shit, but to the listeners who aren't necessarily male because of, surgeries and identities and stuff. Anyway, if you're in possession of a dick, I just want to know, do you ever get a cold dick? Like I'm just I know it sounds strange. I know, but is that like a sign of something? Like I went to the bathroom recently, very recently, and I went to pee, and I grabbed my dick, and it felt like it was wet. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, am I losing control now? Like, are we gonna have messes? Like, what's going on down here? And then, I make sure that it's not. I pull my hand away. There's nothing on my hand. My hand's not wet, and I know how wet works. Like, when you touch a wet thing, you become wet. That's how it happens. And I wasn't wet at all. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? It's just cold for no reason? Like, that happens? I'm not used to that. I'm used to a fairly warm to lukewarm dick. Not this fucking hot dog fresh out the fridge feel. And it's weird. So I don't know. I don't know if that's if I need to go and get checked. I don't know if this is the start of a disease thing. I don't know if it's a sign. I don't know. I'm just wondering to the dick possessed people. Well, that sounds weird. To the people in possession of dicks who are within earshot of what I'm putting out there. Does it ever just get chilly just for no reason? I'm wondering. I'm a half bit concerned. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, on to the next topic. I just wanted to not necessarily, my brain keeps telling me to say catalog, but not really. I just want to document my feelings on something that just happened recently. My son is 2, and he just had his I guess tryout day at a school of sorts. It's like a Head Start program. It's designed to, get them in there and interacting with other kids and all that sort of thing. First things first, we gotta get this kid to stop hitting people. We really gotta do that. But that's more on him. I just wanted to talk about how it made me feel personally, because I try not to bring him into stuff and all that. It's really about me, and I gotta say it hurt. It hurt. Like, I'm proud of him. I know this is a thing that he's got to do, and it's good for him. He's supposed to do this. This is good, and I want the best for him, obviously, and this is what's best for him. It just hurts because the way things worked out, I'm the stay-at-home parent, so I've basically been in the trenches with this kid since he popped out his mom. I've been there. I have lost a lot of sleep, and my wife has too. But I've been there, you know, day in, day out, watching this kid damn near destroy things, succeeding at destroying things from time to time. Like, you know, I've been there, and it's just something about when you're there all the time, and then you just realize that they don't fucking need you anymore for like half the fucking day. It's not cool. You know, it's not like he's gonna be gone once this thing gets started. It's not fully, you know, done yet, but once it gets started, he's gonna be there for 8 hours in a fucking day. 8 fucking hours. And like I know that's gonna free up time for me to do shit, get shit done, and you know, accomplish things and chase dreams and all that shit. And I understand, but you know, I've basically put my life on pause for this kid, and it's weird because he's like taking that away from me. He's going away, and I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck, like, you know. And then people who aren't me are going to be seeing him evolve in ways that I don't get to see, and it just, I gotta say, it's heartbreaking. And I have more than teared up about this, and I seem to be cool now, I guess, because I got the tears out, but it's just, it's hard. It's really fucking hard to see this kid, you know, and this isn't even the worst one. Like, we got fucking real school to get through, and him getting on the bus first time and going off places, and then we gotta fucking do all of this graduation shit. Like, he's gonna be walking across stages, and then, you know, eventually he's just gonna be like, yeah, it's time for me to get the fuck out, and then he's just gonna go. And I mean, if I'm around, God willing, I just gotta watch this kid just go and pursue his life. And like, I don't get it. Like, my mom had to do this shit twice, and nobody warned me. It's always the shit nobody warns you about that ends up just fucking you up as a parent. Nobody warned me about this. Nobody. People told me that I better get sleep while I could as a person without a baby. That's what people told me. But like, before the baby came out, like during the pregnancy, that's the shit I got told. You better get some sleep. First of all, sleep don't fucking work like that. Okay? Ain't no banking sleep that you can just hold that shit like a fucking investment and cash that shit in later. Like, that's not how sleep works. So this dumbass advice, first of all. And second of all, what about all the shit you ain't telling the person? Like, you're about to put all of your emotions into a little being that's gonna basically just say, yo, peace out, and just go away? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, nobody fucking told me about this shit. And it's real. It's real shit. Like, I'm not, making anything up. I wasn't starving for topics. And I just wanted to, like, no, this is a significant thing in my life that has been on my mind. I have not been able to shake it since the concept of him and like, I was told long before he went, because nothing ever gets done in this house quickly. That could be a whole other fucking podcast thing. People just me going into how everything takes fucking forever. But like, I've been told, but until that first fucking day when you leave that kid, and I trust the people who were there. You know, his godmother is working at the place. He's fine. I'm not scared for him. I'm just in the world where it's like I had a human around me all the time, and now I don't, because that human has shit to do. And it's weird. How do I put it? How do I put it? I've been the main one responsible for dealing with the fact that this kid takes shits for the past year and a half. Okay, like I've been the main one who has been about that job, that work. Okay, getting wipes and just digging shit out of this kid's ass. That's been me most of the time. Not all the time, most of the time. It's been me digging around in this kid's ass, pulling out shit. Okay? When I go to that, to just dropping them somewhere and fucking leaving, it's fucking with me. It's fucking with me. And I got emotional. Now, I went to a birthday party today, and there were these, I almost used a word I shouldn't use. So I'm gonna use it was a descriptive word. I wasn't gonna use anything I feel derogatory or anything. It wasn't gonna be nothing too crazy. Like, I wasn't finna sit up here, these motherfucking bitches. Like, I wasn't gonna say that. I was just gonna say, well, here, I'll tell you what I will say, and then you can guess what I may have meant earlier. Okay, there was a pair of seasoned ladies. It's a term I'll use. Seasoned. Just seasoned ladies, like an old vet who's seen some shit. But yeah, there were these ladies. They were sitting on the couch, and my wife was going over about, you know, how he's going back to school, or not back. I keep saying back to school because like every other year, that's what it's gonna be. It's just this time it's not. So I'm so used to back. Like, I see back to school fucking everywhere. And it's not back for everybody. Some kids is just to school. And it's not back yet because they never fucking been. But you only get that once. And then, all right. Anyway, she started talking about how he's going to school and where and all that shit. And then she you know, brings up how I was crying and shit, talking about, you know, how messed up it was for me. And I had a moment right then, but it wasn't like an emotional, oh, I'm crying in front of these women type of moment. It was the exact opposite. And I somehow found a way to do this without coming off like a douchebag, and without coming off as being defensive in my manhood or whatever the fuck. So what happens was she said all that shit, and then she said, like, because I didn't react, she said that I didn't hear what she said, so it wasn't a big deal. Because, like, they turned around on some type of gasp shit. Like, they just turned around, you know, looking at me like, oh, she messing with you. She called you out. Like, oh shit. And I just looked at them, and I didn't say anything. And then when my wife said that you know, like I didn't hear her, I said, "Oh, I heard you." And then I looked back down at them and I said, "I'm just waiting for you to say something that's a problem." And I looked them dead in the face as I said this. And their faces just kind of, the best way I can describe it is their faces turned off. And then they just turned around. Like they were trying to give me shit. And I'm, you know, in my brain, I kind of snapped. I'm like, what the fuck do I have to feel bad about? Yeah, I miss my kid. Yeah, I miss my fucking kid. That's what I'm supposed to do. You got a problem with me loving my kid? Like, that's where I was going in my brain. But, you know, out of my face, I just said, yeah, I'm just, you know, I'm waiting for you to get to the point where I'm supposed to have some kind of problem. And I just looked at him. I didn't say shit else. I just looked at him. Because when you say something and it's heard and you don't say anything as a follow-up, there's a lot of power in that. There's a lot of power in that. When you just shut the fuck up and you just let them sit with it, you can change minds. That shit was hilarious. They just turned around and they just started talking about some whole other shit. It was like, yeah, y'all ain't finna make fun of me for crying for missing my son, motherfuckers. Just because y'all asses was probably single parents. But see, I ain't even got to go into all that. Because I don't even know these people. But like at the same time, like shit, yo, you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be trying to give me shit. You know, jab at me for crying because my kid's going away. Like, no. Well, fuck yourself. I'm trying my best over here to be a good shit as far as my kid is concerned. And you gonna give me shit for crying? Yeah, I fucking cried, so shit. But okay. So, alright. I wanted that to be documented. Alright. So I got another few topics that I want to go over real quick. Apparently, and this shit's funny to me, and like no one else, but it's hilarious to me. Okay. Alright, so somewhere in a place called Charlottesville, and by the time you're hearing this will not be new at all, but it's new for me as I'm recording this. Apparently in Charlottesville, a whole bunch of white people started chanting "White Lives Matter," and they were walking around with tiki torches in some kind of protest against, I don't fucking know. I don't even know. I don't know. I really, I don't know what they, you know, perhaps I'm ignorant. I don't fucking know. I don't know what they could possibly be protesting. I don't know where the oppression happened that is making these white dudes in these it's like 95% polo shirts. This shit is ridiculous. And it looks like they're about to go try to burn a witch. It's fucking nonsense. And like the main reason I find it funny is because they were chanting "White Lives Matter," and you know how I feel. Like, if you've been listening, you know how I feel about the whole Black Lives Matter thing. It's like both chants are right, but neither chant is what the fuck they're trying to say. That's what's fucked up about it. The Black Lives Matter chant was dumb because that's not the message. The White Lives Matter chant is dumb because that's not the message. The White Lives Matter chant is basically fuck y'all. It's like they're just walking around with fucking tiki torches and polo shirts screaming fuck y'all. That would have been fucking 100% more honest if they just walked around just screaming fuck y'all at the top of their lungs. I would have so much more respect for them if they just did that shit. Like if they just, don't try and say white lives matter. Don't try and steal shit. Like I know that, as a culture, it's kind of tradition for white folks to just steal shit from black people. I understand that. I get it. But don't steal this. Cause it's a fucking dumb steal. It's not what you want. And you just sound ridiculous. You might as well just walk up and down the street just screaming fuck y'all. Just fuck all y'all brownies. I don't know. People are gonna give me shit because when I think race is so fucking stupid. Like race issues and all that. I think that racism just as a concept is just so fucking dumb. And the idea that people are different because of how brown they are is fucking nonsense. And I treat it like that. Like whenever I see racism, it would be the same as a person trying to convert me in a grocery store to being a clown. That's how I see racism. If you're standing in the aisle and you're looking at pickles, right? And a guy just came up to you, blue afro, big red fucking nose, fucking elaborate, expensive fucking suit, slick tie, all that, big white ass gloves, huge red shoes, right? Just walks up to you, you hear the of the feet just flapping, and he just walks up to you and he says, hey son, how's about you come with me real quick, we make a clown out of you. You just sign a thing, then you're with us for life. You don't even got to worry about getting fired. All you got to do, if you know something, if you got a skill, we can use it. If you don't, we've got all manner of seltzer water shooters. We've got fucking balls that you could possibly juggle. We've got noise makers that do the burr burr sound. We got all that for you. It's right over here. All I need you to do is come with me, and then we can get this thing moving real quick. like I look at racist people the same way I would look at that clown. The exact same fucking way. Like, you have the courage to be this ridiculous outside. Like that's it's almost admirable. It's almost admirable to just have this huge disconnect between yourself and anything real. There's nothing real about people standing outside angry with tiki torches, protesting nothing, talking about white lives matter. I can't. This shit is just fucking ridiculous. This shit is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I'm not, like, these people are dangerous. They are dangerous. I'm not saying they aren't. I'm not saying that, nobody's going to get harmed by this. I'm not saying that it's a thing that it's not a thing whose effects shouldn't be taken seriously. But at its core, what it is, fucking madness. It's madness, and I can't help but laugh at this shit. Like, I haven't been genuinely angered at racism since I was in like grade school. And I think it was a very specific time when that switch flipped for me. And it was when this fat fuck who was mad at me called me a nigger so I'd fight him. And I knew what the reaction I was supposed to have was, but I didn't have that reaction. What the reaction that came to me was laughter at how fucking ridiculous that was. Like, oh, you get to call me a name and make me do what you want me to do. That's how you think this works? Right. I'm going home. And I laughed in his face. I feel like I've told that story on here before. I don't know if I did, and I'm sure as fuck ain't checking. But I feel like that is when the switch happened, because I can't recall a time when I took racism seriously since. Like, it gets brought up around me, and I'm like, that shit's dumb. And that's as far as it gets, as far as a thought when it comes to me. I'm like, that shit's dumb. That shit is dumb. But this level, this is preposterous. This is just like, I don't understand how you're not embarrassed to do this. It's like the clown in the grocery store. Like, how are you not embarrassed to approach a random stranger and try to convert them to clownism? Like, that's fucking weird. Right? Wouldn't it be? Wouldn't it be weird? Wouldn't it be strange if that shit happened to you? Like, just put yourself in those shoes real quick. Even if you don't like pickles. Maybe pickles ain't your aisle. Chip aisle. Soup aisle. It's all good. Whatever aisle you spend the most time trying to make a fucking decision. Like, do you want the Miracle Whip, or do you want that mayo that comes in the green fucking bottle that's got olives and shit on it? Like, what is that? Do you want to experiment? Do you want to see what the fuck that is? Do you want the Miracle Whip that comes in the squeeze bottle because you ain't got all fucking day? Or do you want to get the one that comes in the screw top because shit, you're probably going to get more that way because you're going to dig that knife in throughout all the little covered, the little angles and shit, and you're going to get all of that shit out. So do you want the most? Or do you want the ease? Like, are you standing in that aisle looking at that shit? Like, if that's what you're doing, put yourself there. Either way, fucking clown just walks up and just tries to get you in. Just tries. Doesn't even ask what your fucking name is. Name don't matter. They're gonna name you. You're gonna be Bubbles. That's just how it is. This has gone way too fucking far. But I don't know. I just, that's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. That's how I've always felt about it. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna stop there. That's enough of this nonsense. Alright, one more thing. One more thing I want to ask. One more thing. Have you ever come across a a gravestone. Now, I understand this is another dark subject. This is another potentially bad thing. Let me just proceed with I'm not a douche, all right? And I'm not insensitive to the qualms of the common man. But just let me ask, have you ever seen a gravestone that has a picture on it that's not the most unflattering picture they could have possibly picked of this human? Like, if it's just a name, cool, classy all the way. But if there's an image, it is the fucking worst. Like, I can't believe, no matter what time period the picture was taken in, I can't believe that this is the best that they got of this person. Like, you could have took a fucking baby picture and put it on this shit and it would have been better. Like, why would you pick this? Like, okay, first of all, if the picture is chiseled in, I've never seen one where the picture of the person is like it's chiseled into the stone. I've never seen one where they look human. They just don't look human. It doesn't look like a person. It just doesn't. It's just a fucking mass with eyes and just like, it's like they spend all their time on the fucking forehead and then they get to the mouth and they're like, I don't even know mouth, and then they just can't do it. And I don't, it's like they weren't prepared to do the job, but they were asked to do the job. And it's like, well, I don't want to be a dick. People are dead, you know? And I can't just be like, nah. Because I would. You come up to me with a fucking chisel and a rock talking about I need this person's face put into this because they're dead. I'm gonna be like, yo, son, let me tell you. What are their initials? Because I can do that. I'll do some initials. That's it, Charlie. I ain't drawing no face on no rock. And then it's like, if it's like a stylized look, then they just go too fucking far. And there's like a picture, and then they got these wings coming out of their fucking foreheads and temples and shit. And then it's just all fucking weird, and they're looking up off the thing like, no. Let's calm the fuck down, okay? Like, I get it. You're trying to say this is your angel and they're flying away, but you calm the fuck down. We're trying to see what the person look like, not this goofy ass shit that you'd put on a t-shirt. That's t-shirt shit. I've seen some ridiculous t-shirts of some dead motherfuckers. I've seen some ridiculous shit in that game, but I'm fine with that because that's t-shirts. You know, this ain't some shit that's supposed to last through rain and snow and hail and shit. You know, there's something more serious and final about a gravestone. It's like you're supposed to really respect that. It's not to be fucked with on that scale, you know? But this shit is just, I don't know. And then if it's not stylized, some of them take like a fucking, not like a Polaroid, but an actual photo, and I don't know, glue the shit to the gravestone. Like, I don't know what the process is, but I sure as shit don't know why it's done. But why would you take a fucking photo and put it on the fucking gravestone? Like, really? If they don't know what the person looked like, why do you need to tell them now? Like, what do you, why wouldn't you just keep the pictures in the family? Like, just pass around a book, you know? Just put them in the book in a fucking album and be like, yo, this was blankety 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 blank. Make sure they stay in pages 5 through 16. You know, like, just do that. And then you're good. And I guess it'll get huge over time. But what the fuck is with that? And then I saw one. I really don't think I got this wrong. I saw one. I did see it from a car, I will admit, but I saw one. I swear I saw one. And it was like that. It had a photo on it, but it was a fucking group photo for one person. And I'm thinking in my brain, how fucking lazy can a human being get as a concept? That is lazy on a level I've never even fucking experienced before. Somebody dies and you're like, I'm not even cutting them out of the picture. I'm sure as shit not gonna go, looking through whatever the fuck I need to look through in order to find a picture of them by themselves. Oh no. But even beyond that, you see this picture over here of me, them, they girlfriend, and they cousin off in the back with the Sprite? That's going on the gravestone. Fuck this shit. Like is the deceased a person that wasn't liked? Is that what this is? Is this supposed to be disrespect? Because it's a real good job at being disrespectful. I was like, how you gonna put a fucking group photo on a gravestone and it ain't a fucking group grave? The fuck is wrong with this shit? I couldn't even fucking I couldn't tell you. I don't even know what's going on with people. I don't know. And it's just people are fucking weird. People do and say strange shit, and I just had some stuff on my mind, and I had a heck of a week experiencing this craziness. Yeah. So I can't stop thinking about how lazy you got to be like, nah, fuck it, use group photo. Like, the fuck? I mean, the best way that I could think of doing that is if it's somebody and their children. But even that's really fucking creepy. It's like, I don't want to, like, if I'm your kid, I don't want to look at your gravestone and see me. That's fucked up. I don't want to see me on a gravestone ever. Put me on some shit when I ain't here no more, so I ain't got to see it. I don't want to go and be, because people like to talk to graves, and then you sitting there talking to your younger self. It's fucking weird. Like, chill that shit the fuck out. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, all right. So I'm done. I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you very much for listening to me go on and on about this bullshit. Wow, just people. As I get out of this house and experience more shit, I will be coming back to this thing, talking more shit with you. I do have more topics lined up, but I'm gonna save them. Because I'm getting a little tired. Not gonna bullshit. Getting a little tired, and I'm gonna go and get some sleep. So thank you very much for listening, and I will catch you next time.